They said he was too skinny, too poor, just another boy with a dream too big for the world he was born into. But Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't built to fit in. He was born to break every rule, rewrite every record, and silence every voice that ever doubted him. This is the real story, the relentless, emotional, electrifying journey of the boy from Madeira who became a football god. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985, on the tiny island of Madeira, Portugal, the youngest of 4 children in a family that barely had enough to survive. His father was a kitman at a local football club and an alcoholic. His mother cleaned houses just to keep the lights on. Cristiano shared a room with his siblings and had to borrow boots just to play. But from the very beginning, something was different about him. When other kids were sleeping, Ronaldo was running. When they were dreaming, he was doing. Football wasn't just his passion, it was his escape. By the time he was 12, he left his family behind and flew to Lisbon to chase the impossible, alone, in a city where no one spoke his accent, where he was mocked for his Madeiran roots and cried every night missing home. But quitting? That word never existed in his dictionary. At Sporting CP, he trained harder than anyone. He was fast, but he wanted to be faster. He was skilled, but he wanted to be untouchable. He trained with weights on his legs to sprint quicker, did 3,000 sit-ups a day, and refused to eat junk while other teenagers binged. And then, at just 16, he shocked Portugal by playing for Sporting's senior team, humiliating defenders twice his age. But his real explosion came in 2003, during a friendly between Sporting and Manchester United. In that game, Ronaldo was unplayable. He twisted, turned, and tormented the United defense so bad he brought ambition, obsession, and a vision to become the greatest. But it wasn't easy. He was criticized for doing too many tricks, not scoring enough, and being too flashy. Pundits said he was all style, no substance. But behind the scenes, Ronaldo was transforming. Under the mentorship of Sir Alex, he turned muscle into steel. He trained harder than anyone. He studied his weaknesses like a scientist and attacked them like a warrior. And soon the world noticed. By 2007, he wasn't just exciting, he was lethal. In the 2007-08 season, he scored 42 goals in all competitions, led United to a Champions League title, and won his first Ballon d'Or. But for Ronaldo, success wasn't the finish line, it was fuel. In 2009, he made history again, becoming the most expensive footballer ever, joining Real Madrid for $94 million. And what followed wasn't just domination, it was a war between 2 legends. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi, Madrid versus Barcelona, speed versus magic, power versus elegance. Every goal, every El Clasico, every Ballon d'Or became a battle that divided the world. But Ronaldo didn't just hold his own, he shattered expectations. He scored 450 goals in 438 games for Real Madrid. Let that sink in, more goals than matches. He became the club's all-time top scorer, won 4 Champions League titles, 2 La Liga titles, and 4 Ballon d'Ors during his time in Spain. He didn't just win, he defined an era. But one of his most emotional chapters didn't come in club football. It came wearing the red and green of Portugal. For years, critics mocked him for not delivering for his country. They said he'd never win anything with Portugal. And in 2016, at the UEFA Euro final against France, it seemed like fate was about to prove them right. Ronaldo was injured in the first half, in tears, on the ground, carried off the pitch. But instead of walking away, he stood on the sideline shouting, guiding, leading like a second coach. And when Portugal won, he cried again, this time not in pain, but in glory. The boy who once wept in a dorm far from home had now lifted an entire nation. In 2018, Ronaldo moved to Juventus, conquered Italy, became the fastest player to 100 goals in the club's history, and won multiple Serie A titles, then returned to Manchester United in 2021 like a hero returning home. But behind the scenes, things got complicated. He faced challenges with coaches, club management, and media criticism. In 2022, after a bold interview that shocked the football world, he parted ways with United. Many claimed it was the end. But Ronaldo? He doesn't end. He evolves. In 2023, he made a bold move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, a move many mocked as a retirement decision. But Ronaldo did what he always does, score goals, break records, and inspire millions. Off the pitch, he became the most followed human on earth. A global icon, a brand, a role model. But behind all the flash and fame is still that hungry kid from Madeira. Ronaldo's story isn't just about football. It's about pain, obsession, sacrifice. It's about a kid who was told you can't, and spent his entire life proving, yes, I can. He's won 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions League titles, over 850 career goals, and countless hearts. But if you ask him, he'll tell you, the best is yet to come. Because Cristiano Ronaldo isn't done. And legends? They never truly are.